Uncinetto. I'm Christina, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. If you've seen the thumbnail or the title of the video, you know that this is another Sicilian adventure that I was able to have, and it has truly been a lesson. And I'm going to explain all of that to you. So the last Sicilian adventure that I took was with my daughter's class. We went on a field trip, and it was great. It's great. It was a lovely field trip. The things that happened before the field trip, after the field trip, and one of the things during the field trip were, but I'm doing better. I'm healing. I'm not fully healed, but I am better. I'm looking at my ankle now. It's still a little swollen, mainly because I can't stay off of it. There's no way that I can not walk on my foot. I have to do those things. If you hear noises, the gardener is here doing the yard work, so that there's going to be noises. I tried to do all of my filming before he was supposed to be here, but as is usual in Sicilian time, it's va bene. It's whenever they get here. It's supposed to be here at 10 a.m. It's well after 10 a.m., but whatever. So, it's cool. It's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Not going to get upset. It's not going to matter if I did. It wouldn't change it. Anyway, so this adventure was a trip that I was invited on with a friend of mine, a fellow teacher friend, and I don't have permission to share their name or anything like that, so I'm not going to. But we went to a town called Castellamare, all one word, di Golfo. So 3 separate words for the town, and I'll put it in the description box as well. She was trying to get a place near or in Scopello, which is a town that was recommended by another person, where another teacher at the school that we work at, and she couldn't find anything because that town is very tiny. So she picked the next closest thing, and she invited us to go for Memorial Day weekend, and it was a lovely place. The view was amazing. We were at an Airbnb, so it was very new, very, very new. You could tell that it was a newly built house, and it was very well planned out. So they have a lot of plans for the land. You can see where they're going with some of it. There was a pool, there was a hot tub, there was only one air conditioner, which is fine, but we were in a 3-bedroom like little apartment because the house has 4 apartments in it. So we were in one of the apartments, and we didn't really have any plans, which is where the lesson comes in, because that's hard for me. When I go somewhere, I don't know if I'm ever going to be in that place again, and I don't know if I'm ever physically going to be able to do those things again. And some of that comes from being sick for as long as I was, not having the time. Like, I feel like there's never enough time, if that makes sense. So when I go places, I'm like, I want to take it all in as much as I can, as much as I can do. And I will exhaust myself. I will try not to injure myself, but because of the injuries that I have had, and because of the things that have happened to my body over time, I will exhaust myself to the point where I am in pain at the end of the day. And then the next day is hard, and the next day is harder. But I will keep going, because I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do those things again. 1, financially, 2, physically. you know, there's so many things, especially if I'm with my kids. Now that my son is older and he's out of the house, when he comes and we're able to do things, I want to do all the things because he's a grown-up and I don't get to see him as much as I do my daughter. So having the two of them together to be able to do things with. He wasn't here on this trip, but like that's part of it. Like I always want to be able to have those memories and have that time, because when they're gone, I'm not going to have that. I mean, I'll be able to do it on my own, but I won't be able to do it with them. So anyway, my friend, on the other hand, is very much relax, chill kind of person, which is hard for me. Again, where the lesson comes in. So she was like, we booked this trip. We're going to sit by the pool. We're going to sit on the beach. And that's pretty much it. And I was like, okay, I can try that. No promises, but I can try that. I did bring a book with me. I did bring some crochet with me. She was had a project that she needed to finish for her students. And she had brought that with her. And so it wasn't like we were literally just going to sit and do nothing, but we weren't going anywhere other than the beach. And it wasn't my trip to plan, but I learned a very valuable lesson in just appreciating the quiet moments, appreciating those still moments. Because my daughter had an amazing time at the beach, because we did go to the beach. She had an amazing time in the pool because we don't have a pool. So anytime she gets to be in the water, she is loving it. So every single day we were there, she was out in the water. She did not think twice. She was like, can I get my bathing suit on? Can I go? Okay, sure. Go, kid. As long as one of us was out there, because she's not a strong swimmer. She can swim, but, I mean, she's still learning, so she's not the strongest swimmer. So as long as somebody was out there, it was all good. And then I crocheted, I read, I helped her with her project. We were going to go to the beach again, like try a different beach, but her daughter was not feeling well, so she tired really quickly. She got sick. The one time we stepped out to go pick up dinner, because we had ordered it to go, like takeaway, and she called us and was like, Mom, I threw up. So my friend was running, because we'd gone to the restaurant. We drove through the town to get to the restaurant, and we got to a point where the car couldn't go anymore. Like there was like, unless you live here and have a permit, you cannot come through here. And I was like, well, it says to go this way. And she was like, all right, well, you stay with the car. I'm going to walk, because it says it's not very far. I'm going to walk and I'm going to go. And here she comes running. And I'm thinking, is somebody chasing her? Like, because I don't know that her daughter had called her, right? I have no knowledge of this at this time. So I start the car. I'm like leaning over, open the door. I'm like, get in. And she's like, let's go. Very much felt like a Thelma and Louise moment. Like, she just robbed a bank. And we're like, she's sprinting. And she wears flip-flops. So, like, this whole time, I'm like, is she going to fall? Like, what's happening? And I'm like, okay, what's happening? Where are we going? And she was like, we got to go back to the house. My daughter got sick. And I was like, all right. But in that moment, I was like, I had no idea what was, like, all these thoughts ran through my head. Like, is she in danger? Like, I don't have anything here to, like, help. I don't know what's happening. So we got back to the house, and she didn't get sick. Her daughter didn't get sick again, but we laid low. And when I got back to school, people were like, how was your weekend? And I was like, it was a lesson, you know? And then later on, my friend was like, I heard you talking to other teachers. You didn't enjoy yourself. And I'm like, no, that's not it. I don't know how to sit still. Even recording videos for me is hard. My feet are always moving. Of course, I talk with my hands, as you know. But my couch reclines, and I can't recline with it backwards when I'm filming because my feet are always moving, because I feel like I need to be doing something, and because I'm not moving because I'm sitting, my feet are constantly like flexing and twisting and doing all of this. You can't see it because they're down here, but they're constantly moving. So I constantly feel like I need to be doing something, even though I am recording a video right now. So hopefully as I'm talking, pictures are going past. But we did go to the beach. We did find some sea glass. And I had an amazing time. I truly did. But it was hard for me to just sit. But it is a lesson that I need to learn. One, because I need to take time for me. I need to not slow down necessarily, but relax, like calm myself down, because I'm always like, what do I need to do next? Where do I need to go? What needs to happen? I need to take care of this for my daughter. I need to take care of this for my son. I need to call this place in the States. Is it time to call them yet? Is it time for me to check in to do this? Is it time for me to, I have my Italian lessons that I do. My daughter has tutoring. I have her dental appointments. I mean, I'm just me. I'm just the single parent. So I have to do all of that. And I've always had to do all of that. Always. So, I mean, even when I was sick, and yes, I had help, but keeping all of the things that need to be done in the house and with your kids and all of that juggled, as a parent, as moms, if you are a mom, or even if you're in a relationship and your partner is gone. So like, for example, my parents, my mom was home all the time. My stepdad was on the road. He was a truck driver. So my mom had to take care of everything. Even though she had a husband, he wasn't home. So she had to do all of the things. And my mom was very much, you need to figure it out because no one's going to do it for you. No one's going to help you. So then I don't take that help, which means I don't relax, which means I don't sit down, which means my feet are twitching while I'm recording. So it is something that I need to learn, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to have those lessons, because I'm not going to give myself those lessons. I'm not going to make myself sit down. So her inviting me on that trip and not being the one, with me not being the one who was planning all the things, I truly got to just sit down. And it was hard, but it was a good kind of lesson that I needed. All of that to say, it was beautiful. The water was amazing. I did get in when we went to the beach. I was able to swim. I was able to enjoy the ocean. I love so much. And the kids got to play in the sand. Like I said, we searched for sea glass. There will be pictures of that if they haven't already popped up. And then I had been talking, even at spring break, which was in March, about going to this biopark. I have wanted to take my daughter because she loves animals. I love plants. And it's kind of an amalgamation of the two. It's a botanical garden and a zoo and a farm. And it's like this whole big thing. They've got all these like statues of dinosaurs, and it's like they tried to put everything together. And they did a pretty good job. So I've been talking about this, and on the way there, I saw the name of the town, and I was like, oh, that's where the biopark is. And my friend was like, oh, well, maybe we can check it out while we're here. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, then with her daughter being sick and that, we didn't do much, so I didn't think much of it. And then the night before we were leaving, she was like, do you want to check out the biopark when we leave tomorrow? And I was like, sure, we can go by there. We'll see how your daughter's feeling and all that, because the last thing I want to do is, if someone's not feeling well, push them to do something like that because it's outside, it's in the heat. I was like, I don't want, if when we get up in the morning, if it's something that she feels like she's up to doing, sure, we'll do it. So she said she wanted to go. We went, and it was so neat. So with the gardens, it's not just separate. Like there's the botanical gardens and then there's the animals. They weave in all of the plants as you go through. So the plants that would be around those animals, those are the plants that you see in that area, which is wonderful. The animals were neat to see. My daughter got to see a hippo. I have some pictures. We got to see some meerkats, and I did send the meerkats to Rebekah. So if you don't know Rebekah, she has a channel on again, off again with posting. I will put her channel in the description box and you can go check her out. But she loves meerkats, right? It's even part of her logo. So you can, they would come up to the window, and then there was a little pyramid and there were tunnels where you could crawl in the tunnel. Kids could crawl in the tunnel. Adults could not crawl into those tunnels. And you could stand up in the little pyramid and see if the meerkats would come to you. So that was interesting. And there was a cafe where we were able to get like a sandwich. And all in all, it was an amazing weekend experience. I very much enjoyed being in the water, being in the ocean. And then the last full day that we were there, my friend I was like, well, since, your daughter's sick and my daughter's in the pool, why don't we finish your project? So we got to paint rocks. She was doing this project where she was painting different rocks for the students. And I was like, all right. So she had these acrylic paint markers, and we were just looking up designs and putting them on rocks. And that was fun for me. It was entertaining to be able to do some sort of crafting. And I got to make some ones that the kids really liked. Some of them, the kids were like, nah. But, it's how it is. I made some that I thought were really cute, and then I made some that I knew the kids would like. So I'm not sure if I have a picture of the rocks. I'm not sure if I took a picture of that or if it will show up. But I hope that everyone takes a moment to relax. If you already are good at that, send some suggestions my way. Put some suggestions in the comments below of ways that you relax, ways that help you. I was watching, I don't remember what it was. I was on Facebook and something came up. It wasn't like a reel, it was like one of the videos, but it was talking about scheduling your relaxing time, which sounds weird, but with a schedule like many of us have, it's hard to find that time. So I was thinking about trying to figure out a way to do that starting next school year. Even if it's a Saturday where it's like, this is a blackout day, I don't talk to anyone, I don't see anyone unless it's something that I want to do for relaxing. Like, find out what relaxing is for me and do those things. I mean, yes, crochet is relaxing, and hopefully this summer I'll have more time to do it, but during the school year I don't have the time in starting projects. Like, I have a cardigan I've been working on, and yes, it's tiny yarn, and pictures are probably coming up as I'm talking, and that's fine because I have a lot of pictures to show you. It's made out of tiny yarn, but there are days that go by that I don't get to crochet when I'm working because there's so much and I'm so exhausted. And then once summer hits, I'm like, oh, I could just sleep, but I can't sleep because I have a child and there are things that she wants to do. And there are things that need to be done. Like this coming week, I have 2 appointments in one day. She has an appointment, and I have summer school that I've started. So it's just a lot, and I need to find out what works for me. So again, any suggestions you have for ways that you relax, please put them in the comments below. I would love to know, and maybe any tips that you have, because I'm going to be sharing another video with you all of another place that the same friend and I went to, where I definitely had some more relaxation lessons. And my friend has said that I am now her relaxation pupil. She's going to teach me how to relax. And I was like, I'll take it, because I need it. I definitely need it. I know I need it. It's just figuring out how that's going to work for me and what that looks like for me. So I've been talking for the better part of 20 minutes, so I'm going to let you all go. I hope that you've enjoyed the beach pictures, the biopark. I will put the link to the biopark in the description box as well, if you are interested in checking that out, if you ever make your way to Sicily, or if you are watching this and you are in Sicily or Italy and you want to check it out, it will be listed there. So I wish you well. I hope that you are safe. And as always, be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella!